Next for the governor is distinguished university professor from Touro College and author of the book Saving Free Speech, Thane Rosenbaum. And then I also believe that Andrew Giuliani is going to be joining us as well shortly to discuss this. Thane, I'll start with you, though. In terms of these allegations, what legally can happen to Cuomo?
Well, remember, there's two things going on. The New York State Attorney General is conducting an investigation on the sexual harassment claims, and that involves essentially Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 prohibits discrimination based on sex, and the Supreme Court has ruled that that also includes sexual harassment. So essentially, he could be exposed to legally to workplace discrimination, hostile work environment claims from these three women. And on top of that, there is a federal investigation emanating out of the Justice Department, and that deals with the misreporting or underreporting of the nursing home deaths. Now, that involves stuff that's even closer to the old Mueller report, which is dealing with things like obstruction of justice, conspiracy, falsifying, and concealing information. Did Governor Cuomo cover up the numbers, the underreported or misreported the numbers of nursing home deaths in connection with statements he made to the Justice Department that were conducting oversight into the coronavirus and what was happening in the nursing homes? So that, again, goes back to, remember, these are serious crimes. Lying to federal officials puts you in jail. You don't have to show, that you meddled with the presidential election, just lying. So this is a matter of did the governor and his staff lie to the Justice Department in their attempt to discover what was happening with New York nursing homes?
Yeah, let's talk about impeachment. You can't recall a governor here. I don't know why you can. Other places we've seen it happen in California. It seems to be happening again. How would he be impeached if that were to happen? Because we know they've already passed a law that will take away some of his emergency powers, right? He's going to sign that because he knows it would be overridden otherwise. How could he be impeached?
Bob, Heather, we learned a lot about impeachment over the last year. Yes. We know a lot. We're experts as a nation. And here's the problem. The problem is that the Democrats still control the Albany legislature. He's got the numbers. He knows that in the most recent poll, a majority of New Yorkers don't want to see him resign. They don't want him to run for re-election. They want him to pledge that he won't run for re-election. But I suspect they believe that he's handling the administration of the governor's office properly enough. Although they're concerned with these two allegations, they seem to want to keep him in office. So the question now is, would the House of Representatives in Albany for New York State want to do what the House of Representatives did for the United States? Put the state through an impeachment proceeding. Remember, you can impeach someone all the time. You can't remove him from office, right? And that could happen the same thing. He could be impeached by the state legislature in New York, but the Senate of New York might not choose to replace him. And remember, these investigations take months, right? I mean, there's another election. Both the state and federal election could be 3 to 6 months, which is why he doesn't want to resign. He's thinking, given the news cycle, nobody knows more than Newsmax audiences. Every day there's a new crisis. He's probably thinking in the next 3 or to 6 months, the world could be very different and I could survive these investigations.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he's seen other governors do it. I mean, that he can just look to what's happened. In terms of all of the allegations as a whole, you have the sexual harassment allegations, and then you have what happened in the nursing homes that resulted in the deaths of thousands and thousands of people, which have just legally.
Can you give us one?
Yeah,
because we're running out of time.
Is the biggest minefield.
Well, politically, we know it's the Me Too movement, right? Sexual harassment has taken up more of the airwaves. More people are interested in it. But the nursing home case deals with life and death.
Yeah.
They might have death on their hands, even if not directly, indirectly, and that strikes me as a much more serious problem.
Yeah, that's what's interesting about this. Yeah, I'm sorry, Thane. We got to run. We appreciate your insight. We could talk to you the whole hour. unfortunately, we can't talk to you the whole hour. So, Thane Rosenbaum, thank you so much, sir. We've got a lot coming up in the next hour, including Winona Judd.